According to Grace Sim, dance is the only sport that requires speed, stamina, flexibility, and muscle. All of these physical activities are what you need to be a dancer, which is why dance should be considered a sport. I have been a dancer my entire life, and the amount of times that I have heard someone say that dance isn't a sport has been way too many times. Growing up, I have been on a competitive company where I danced there for 11 years, and I was also on both dance teams at my middle school and high school. Having all this experience in the dance industry has led me to believe that yes, dance is considered a sport. Most of the time, people will think dance is a sport until they realize how we dancers are evaluated. For example, at my high school, my freshman year, our dance team was just an elective. It was not considered a sport. That year, we competed through an organization called UDA. Now, UDA was an organization where you would have competitions maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. But at the end of all those different competitions, we would go to nationals in Florida. Now, at this nationals, we were evaluated on things like creativity and musicality. Most other sports don't get evaluated like this, leading them to believe that dance is not a sport. When in reality, dancers have extra slots on their score sheet, making it harder to compete in the dance industry that other sports don't have. After my freshman year, my school decided to let us compete in IHSA, leading us to be considered a sport. So, with that said, by my school allowing us to be a sport, just opened up many different opportunities for all the seniors on my team to get scholarships for college. Most high school seniors worry about their financial status going into college, but with the dance scholarship, some of that worry will go away. Another great factor of getting a scholarship can also help students rely more on their studies and more on themselves, because that worry of not being able to afford where they are at college is gone. A good friend of mine wanted to go to college, but she couldn't afford it, and she was also a dancer on my dance team. So she knew that she put in the work and the dedication, and she got noticed and not only got one, but multiple dance scholarships, leading her to be very successful at her college today. If my school never considered dance a sport, my friend would have never have gotten this opportunity. Another reason why dance should be considered a sport is because it gives your school a better chance to be represented. Since dance is not a sport by the NCAA, it's hard to represent your school or college because you're not considered the normal athlete. Back to my high school experience with all of this, the dance team at my school was not big on representing our school because we got considered a sport so late in the game. But my coach was determined to bring home a state trophy and to prove my entire school wrong. So, my sophomore year, we went to state for the first time, and we ended up taking home 4th in the state of Illinois. And now, as we all know that is not bad, it is not great. So, my junior year, we decided to put in all the hard work and all the dedication to taking home that state championship. So we had countless hours of practice. We would send in accountability twice a week just to go that extra length to prove that dance is a sport to everyone at my school. And so, after doing all of this, we decided that it was time to show everyone who we really were. And at state, we took home first place, leading us to have a state championship. As the first state championship in the 1A IHSA history, we actually got the highest score out of all the other years before us. This all just goes to show that my reasoning about representing a school is so much more a better feeling when you know that you are a part of it, and being able to represent your school is what everyone wants. You want to be able to recruit people for different sports on your team, and this just proves that you can do that by having dance being considered a sport. All these years of dancing, and still to this day, you will be compared from a dancer to a normal athlete. Now, dance is evaluated more as an art rather than a physical activity, when in reality they should be scored equally. Dancers put in just as much time and effort as your normal football or basketball player. Maybe they even put in a little bit more. I would be in the dance studio for countless hours a week. From out of the 7 days, I would always be there putting in the extra work just so that I could be better than I was the day before, because I knew that competition season was coming and I had to be the best version of myself to be able to compete. In conclusion, dance is definitely not just an art form, but a sport as well. Going over all my reasoning and stating all the facts, I, to this day, will always believe and consider dance a sport. Thank you.